This is the final of the men's 400-meter individual medley. The competitors start with a fly, then into backstroke, then into breaststroke, then into freestyle to end. They find themselves swimming 4 different strokes over 8 lengths of the pool, so 2 lengths of each stroke in the pool. Great reaction time from Tabuchi Kaito Matteazzi alongside him though, but it is the man in 4 from Japan who is going strongest. So too is Kamikawabata, as expected. So Japan touch 1-2, 0.31 of a second separating them. Martelli is 3rd overall. Now this is the fly leg. Then we go into backstroke, then we go into breaststroke and freestyle. And so often you will see the lead change hands in a medley race. That the 400 IM comes down to technical prowess and pacing as well. Unlike the sort of go-for-it approach of the 200 IM, or at least what it's become. In the 400 IM, the race is more arm-dominated, but the kick and back and breaststroke legs obviously vital. Tabuchi and Kamikawabata leading Martelli. Martelli's now over a second back. So this is where we might see things start to change just a little, and where Daigel might come back into his own, although he's a long way off the pace at the moment, and Matteazzi definitely will come back into the mix. This is his stroke, and he'll be looking to prove that. He's a phenomenal backstroker, and already you can see him gaining on Tabuchi on the inside. But it is the Japanese swimmers who remain in front. Kamikawabata just ahead of Tabuchi, but Matteazzi has moved up into 3rd. The turns so good from the Japanese swimmers as well. Give themselves a little in that underwater. But if he is to challenge Matteazzi and get around that 4:12 mark that he is achieved previously, he's going to need to get himself into a slightly better position through the 200 mark that we're coming up to. But he's currently well positioned. Going nicely in 1 as well as Martelli, who's moved up brilliantly after the backstroke. So Matteazzi, Martelli 4th, but Kamikawabata and Tabuchi are leading and hoping for a Japan 1-2, but into the breaststroke, and this is where things get interesting. Cruz de Almeida might struggle here. He's quick in most strokes, but he does lose plenty of time in the breaststroke to the rest of the field. Kamikawabata and Tabuchi battling. Daigel is trying to get back into a medal position at the moment, and Matteazzi is holding on in lane 5. Kamikawabata coming up to the wall at 2 at the 250 mark, 2:39.70, 400ths of a second ahead of Tabuchi. Matteazzi now within half a second. We're going to come down to a glorious sprint in the last 100 freestyle. It's interesting to see how the individual medley races have evolved as Tabuchi comes into his own. Not the best breaststroker in the field, but he's got a very quick 100 free. If he can get himself in front with 100 meters to go, he'll be confident of claiming the gold he so dearly desires after silvers in the 800 and 1,500 meter freestyle. So Tabuchi, Matteazzi, Kamikawabata. Can Japan make it 3-1? Or could they make it a 1-2? Matteazzi currently sits between them and is looking to add to Italy's medal tally. Tabuchi seems to have this race under control. A good turn, though, will set him up nicely coming home in the final 50. He is the fastest in the field. 3:15.66 at the 300 mark, 3:46.32 at the 350 mark. Matteazzi is absolutely pushing. Had a good turn off the wall. He's within a second. Kamikawabata is holding on for a bronze as all the other swimmers around him are fading. Cruz is fading. Daigel is gone out of this race, but the battle for gold is still very much on. There must be some belief from Matteazzi. He is coming back beautifully at the Japanese swimmer who's looking to hold on, but Tabuchi Kaito has stamina and endurance and will get to the wall first. Tabuchi is the champion of the 400 IM ahead of Matteazzi, and Kamikawabata secures a second podium place for Japan ahead of Pier Matteazzi and Kamikawabata of Japan. This is the medal ceremony for the men's 400-meter individual medley. Podium placing for Japan. Kamikawabata with bronze, Tabuchi with gold, and a fine silver to Pier Matteazzi of Italy.